This is our technique video for arthroscopic dermal allograft augmentation of massive rotator cuff repair with Kite technique. These are the authors. Here are our disclosures.
Decision was made for patch augmentation. The middle limbs from triple-loaded anchors were left past through the rotator cuff and not tied, and the middle limbs from each anchor were retrieved to shuttle the graft in an outside-in fashion utilizing the Kite technique. A pre-sized graft is opened on the back table, and cinch stitches are placed at the lateral aspect, while the medial row is marked with a marking pen. The graft is then delivered to the surgical field, and the suture limbs from the medial row anchored are passed through the graft, and mulberry knots are tied, as seen here. The reciprocal limb is pulled to shuttle the graft down onto the repaired tendon. A switching stick is utilized to lay the graft flat on the repaired tendon. Next, one of the mulberry knots can be retrieved and trimmed, followed by retrieval of the corresponding suture limb at the medial aspect of the graft, which can then be tied to achieve the first fixation point for the medial aspect of the graft. A switching stick can be utilized to apply counter tension while suture retrieval and tying is performed to keep the graft from lifting off the cuff. This step can then be repeated for the other suture. The mulberry knot is retrieved and a switching stick is utilized for counter traction. The corresponding suture limb is retrieved and the knot is tied to complete the medial row fixation of the patch augmentation. Following this, we proceed with lateral row fixation by retrieving the sutures which were past the lateral aspect of the graft. These are loaded into individual 3.9 millimeter swivel lock anchors, which are tapped and seated onto the lateral cortex of the humerus, seen here, to allow for 4 points of fixation of our patch augmentation. Final position of the graft is seen here. Thank you.